that he's going to change the formation. I think that Gab's probably hit the nail on the head. It's just an illustration of how unfit Lichtsteiner is at the moment, that he can't take up this role. Second half underway. And Milan lead by a goal to nil, a controversial penalty. Juve at the moment could be in line for their first away defeat in just over 18 months in the league.
Well, you're quite right. Paduin has just gone out to that right wing-back position. Certainly Lichtsteiner can't be fit because he is the outstanding player. Last year he was the outstanding player as a right wing-back. Barthe for Milan, who was playing as a normal right-back, attacked really well, but Lichtsteiner was probably the best in the Serie.
Paduin hasn't started a single game so far this season, so by no means a permanent member of the thoughts of Antonio Conte and Angelo Alessio. Here's Marchisio.
It's such an important position for them. The wing-backs, they're very narrow in midfield. They like Marchisio to make forward runs, Vidal, but they can switch the play. Get it out to them. When the centre-halves come out with the ball, they hit those big diagonals, so they need the wing-backs to be effective. They haven't been so in the game.
Good ball in from Boateng. And very well read by Barzagli, shuffling across to get there ahead of El Shaarawy.
I'm not sure the two centre-halves, Barzagli and Bonucci, saw the run until late. Could have been whipped with a bit more pace into the space for El Shaarawy to get there first.
Confirmation of the teams. Milan in the depth of this injury crisis at the moment and forced to put Amelia in instead of Abbiati in from the start today. Abbiati injured in the warm-up. Juventus making one change at half-time. Paduin coming on for Isla. Here is Paduin. That's not a bad ball in. Good first contribution from the substitute. Montolivo's header away, only falls for Asamoah. Another example of excellent defending from De Sciglio. Really has caught the eye tonight.
Yeah, good defending by De Sciglio, but as Gab was talking about in the first half, Juventus weren't doing it, but Montolivo went in behind De Sciglio, so if Asamoah had got to the byline, he'd have been first to the ball, and that changed Asamoah's thoughts there. Good defensive play from the right-back and Montolivo.
A mistake by Buffon. Barzagli bailed him out. El Shaarawy tried to win the throw. He's done better than that. He can emerge with possession from that touchline. Back from Rubinho to De Jong. Constant. Yepes for Mexes.
Not quite sure why Rubinho wanted to bring that down. Here's the mistake from Buffon. And Barzagli, great sliding challenge. He had to make this because had it been a foul, had El Shaarawy just nicked the ball away from him, it would have been a sending off. Goal-scoring opportunity.
Quagliarella. Paduin. Another decent delivery. De Sciglio's defensive header will fall for Asamoah. Nice turn from the Ghanaian. And a second one. A clever ball fashioned on the outside of his left foot for Pirlo. A former Milan player unable to get a shot in. Now De Jong sorted that. Quagliarella much deeper now. Paduin again. Milan sticking to their task defensively.
Well, he's certainly done better than Isla already, Padoin. That one wasn't quite so good, but two crosses have come into the box. Unfortunately for Juventus, they haven't had players attacking the ball.
Pirlo. Padoin. Vucinic tried to get it onto his right foot to win a corner. Thought he'd won it as well.
It's the assistant behind the goal that's given the goal kick as it comes across. Makes us going with Vucinic. Difficult to tell who that came off of. If in doubt, go with the home side.
Juve's reverse to Inter was their first home defeat in 30. Will this game against Milan be their first away defeat in 29? Quagliarella.
Brilliant from the centre forward on that occasion. Wasn't a great ball into him, he had to chest it down, he had to fight off a defender. There was a midfield player coming back and trying to win the ball off the front of him. He held on to it really well and enticed the foul from De Jong.
Can Pirlo work his magic? Well, the wall made sure that he couldn't, and it will be a corner, which is Juve's first of the second half.
I think when Pirlo's taken from this sort of distance, he's just looking to really hit the target and make the ball dip and swerve, so the goalkeeper has trouble hanging on to it.
Pirlo's corner, emphatically headed clear by Mexes. Buffon. Pirlo. Marchisio. Away from Rubinho and De Jong, but the cushion ball from Vucinic left a bit to be desired. He certainly hasn't been as effective tonight as he was against Chelsea. Pirlo.
You just sense that Juventus, although they're not creating chances at the moment, the game is going to be played now in Milan's half. They're going to try and keep the pressure on. It's whether Milan can counter-attack with any sort of quality.
Shilio. Marchisio. Play stops after the coming together between Vidal and Kevin Prince Boateng.
I wonder if the referee reacted to the scream here. There's a slight touch. There's the jump. There's the yell. Once again, I think the referee falls for that. Yes, it's probably a foul, but not as bad as Boateng was trying to make it out to be.
Now Constant caught in possession in a potentially dangerous area. Vucinic. Let's come off Padoin. And will ricochet to safety from a Milanese perspective.
Good pressure from Padoin in the start. Won the ball back there and then tried to get onto it the next time. Constant just taking a little bit too long as he gets up Padoin, but the pass from Vucinic just a little bit too short.
Marchisio. Mexes. Rubinho. Pirlo. Marchisio. Good interplay by the Juve forwards here. And Quagliarella runs into traffic. Shilio again with another excellent challenge. He's conceded the throw ultimately. And it could have been worse. Taken by Asamoah. Marchisio back for Bonucci. Bari player back for Claudio Marchisio again. Asamoah.
Asamoah's got to try and take the ball inside of Giglio to start with, just get him moving infield, and then he can take it back outside. A little bit too predictable from Asamoah at the moment.
Switch of play from Bonucci, well read by Constant. Pirlo. That could be a source of great concern as Montolivo has stayed down injured. Padoin drives it in off Constant and out of play for a throw. But Montolivo will have time to receive some treatment now.
He was caught, I think, by Pirlo. Pirlo lets the ball run. When he gets a bit of the ball, he also gets a bit of Montolivo.
He's okay. So Montolivo takes his place back in the midfield unit, and Juve make a change. Sebastian Giovinco, who was very poor in Juve's last league game against Lazio, the goalless draw, and he will come on here to replace Fabio Quagliarella, who has not really been able to make too much of an impact today. Second Juve change, 12 minutes into the second half.
Well, different sort of player now, Giovinco. A lot more pace, a better runner with the ball. Not such a good finisher as Quagliarella. I'm not sure he's got such a great understanding with Vucinic.
Asamoah. Here is Vucinic looking for Marchisio. Montolivo imperious again in being able to block the ball forward, but Cáceres can win it back. And the pressure is increasing in its intensity. Padoin, Vidal. He's been in fantastic goal-scoring form himself in recent weeks. Padoin's ball in, deflecting and finding De Jong rather than Giovinco.
I say the feature of the game has been Bonucci's passing out from the back. They've tried to stop Pirlo getting too much of the ball by dropping their centre-forward in to stop him playing out those big diagonal passes, and all it's meant that Bonucci's been doing it. Bonucci's been fantastic with those cross-field balls.
Here's El Shaarawy. Get out a constant threat on the counter-attack as they soak up the Juventus pressure and look to try and break quickly when necessary. No real tempo in this counter-attack, and then De Giglio has given it away. Rare mistake from him, and he's now caught out of position as Cáceres can bring the ball forward. Giovinco. Cáceres has got Vidal to his right. Vucinic and Marchisio both waiting in the middle. Pirlo. Cáceres. And in some ways, that sums up much of Juventus' play in the final third.
Yeah, Cáceres got his angle, the pass all wrong there. I don't think he's too happy, was he, Quagliarella, when he was brought off?
It's like a spy in a 1960s B movie as he came off there, mumbling into his coat. No hidden receivers or anything in that. I just think he didn't want the cameras to see what he was saying as he made his way off. El Shaarawy. Pirlo in the right place at the right time.
Oh, I thought for a moment there it was clever play from Nocerino to lift it beyond Pirlo, he just got his leg up in time. Centre midfield player.
El Shaarawy offside. That was the decision from the referee. Vucinic.
So the quality from those wide areas just hasn't been good enough. Padawin, the first couple of crosses were okay, and there wasn't enough players in the box there. He came back on his left foot. Couldn't pick out the run of Vucinic or Giovinco. Asamoah wasn't round the back. He must be quite happy with his team's defensive display, Allegri. Alessio not happy.
Pirlo. Vucinic. Now Vidal has the time to run round the ball to get a decent cross inside the penalty area. Very well dealt with by Amelia. Pirlo fall for Vucinic. And he thought that was a bad miss, but it did take a deflection, and it's a corner.
Well, it's a good bit of play. Vidal runs around the ball and whips it into a dangerous area. It's not a bad punch from Amelia. Good play from Pirlo, just putting it back into the danger area.
Not such a good cross this time.
You just sense the pressure's building.
And now we're gone here. Let me tell you what's coming up during the course of the week, starting with live SPL action as Hearts take on Celtic. Celtic fresh from defeat to Inverness Saturday. You see that one Wednesday from 6:45, and then next Saturday tea time, Barclays Premier League action from the Medeski Stadium as Manchester United travel to Reading. Marchisio. Mexes staying tight to Giovinco. De Sciglio's clearance. Back from Bonucci. Padawin, former Atalanta man, in towards Vucinic. Padawin's cross! Difficult chance for Sebastian Giovinco, but nevertheless he's so close to goal. Maybe he could have made more of it.
Well, it hits him on the shin in the end, but really good cross from Padawin. Comes off his shin. That's a great opportunity. They're getting closer and closer now, Juve. Milan is struggling to get beyond Juventus midfield, who are winning the ball back quickly now.
Philippe Mexes with the foul on Giovinco. Just wonder if Mexes would have walked past Giovinco after that miss and said, do you know, I would have scored that.
There's the challenge from Mexes. I don't know what he said as Giovinco was laying on the floor there. Goes in with his studs up.
Marchisio didn't let the ball run out of play for what would have been a corner. Help back in, didn't quite fall for Vucinic. It's constant Juve pressure now. Pirlo winning the second ball, but De Sciglio can get it away. Montolivo, Caceres there ahead of Robinho. Montolivo just happy to get the ball out of harm's way. And of course, they have the omnipresent threat of El Shaarawy on the counter-attack at his pace if they can utilise it. Vucinic goes to ground. Yepes conceding the free kick.
I think Yepes has had one of the better games I've seen him have in a Milan shirt. There'll be a substitution here. No surprise Robinho's going off. He's been poor in the second half. Pazzini's coming on. There is Yepes going into the back of Vucinic.
At the moment he leaves the field as the match winner. And he'll be replaced by Gianpaolo Pazzini, who scored in the last two home games, that after an 11-game drought for him, which stretched back to his hat-trick against Bologna.
But what they will need from Pazzini is a bit of work rate. He's got to hold the ball up at times. He's not going to get that much service.
Pirlo's free kick. Away by Mexes. Marquisio. They're all onside. Mexes takes responsibility and clears. Back from Pirlo.
That's what I was talking about. Pazzini has to hold the ball up there. Marquisio won it back a little bit too easily.
Antonio Nocerino acts as cheerleader. 25 minutes to go. They're past the halfway mark from taking the lead to getting to full time. Kevin Prince Boateng. De Sciglio. Well, it would only be 3 points. It would only be the same 3 points that you would get for beating a Kiev or a Siena, but you get the impression that it would cure a lot of ills.
Certainly would. Their first half performance was excellent. They're hanging on a bit here in the second half in terms of the pattern of the play.
Nice touch from Pazzini. El Shaarawy with a good turn. No foul by Vidal. Montalivo tries to go through. Caceres can't get the block in. Montalivo's shot is eventually blocked, but it will break for De Sciglio. Now makes. It's fast and frenetic. Serie action at its very best. Pirlo can bring it away. No chance for Vucinic.
Yeah, he's done a lot with his back to goal, Vucinic. Twisting and turning, try and play little balls around the corner, switching out into wide areas, but when the balls come into the box, he hasn't been able to get on the end of things. That's why Matri is warming up.
They've only got one change left. I don't think anybody's played better than Montalivo.
No, but there's been some good defensive performances from the Milan players. Yepes has done well, Mexes has done well.
Now Nocerino as they try and spring the counter-attack again. Nocerino goes alone, but can't score against his old club for the second year in succession.
And they are going to have opportunities like that as Juventus try and push on. Nocerino, it's a 3 versus 2 situation. The centre-halves come out and press the ball. They're worried about forward runners. Just comes off the outside of the boot. See how Boateng is stopping Pirlo getting the ball, but it means Bonucci would do exactly what Pirlo wanted to do.
Foul by Boateng on Vucinic. Free kick taken quickly by Pirlo. In from Padoin, away by Mexes.
Another good cross that time from Padoin. It's better from the right wing back. It looked as though Vidal might get onto it, but Mexes, not so much in general play, but when the ball's played into the box, he's won a lot of headers.
Another decent corner, this time it's Yepes. Makes a centre-half partner who can clear. Marquisio. Pirlo. Vidal. Just about everybody back for Milan now. It was Constant that blocked that. Over the top from Pirlo. Hooked in just behind Vucinic. De Sciglio with a panic-stricken clearance he had. Time to bring it out of harm's way. Now Shaarawy, of all people, back to knock the ball upfield for Pazzini. It could be a long last 20 minutes for Milan.
It certainly could be, but in amongst all that was a great pass from Pirlo. Barzagli round the back, Two players to aim for, just didn't find them. Crowd just sensing they need to play forward a bit more. They need to get into Juventus's half and put a bit of pressure on them.
Handball by Pizzini.
He was trying to claim there was a push in the back that made him handball. It wasn't the case.
Gracious enough to have the smile of embarrassment. They're almost catching it. Well, they came within 7 minutes of losing their long unbeaten home record, long unbeaten record, should I say, last season. Juve could be leaving it late again. (15 wins and 10 draws away from home in their last 25 league games. We saw Matri warming up, but the final change is going to see Paul Pogba coming on, and the former Manchester United player will replace Kwadwo Asamoah.
Yeah, here is that opportunity, that pass from Pirlo into Barzali. Just gets it the wrong side of the two players. They made the same run, did Vidal. Vucinic. Oh, change of formation, I'd imagine, here. Can't see that Pogba's going to go and play at left wing back. Here's a problem for Milan. He must be injured, Mex says, because he's been outstanding when balls have come into the box.
So Zapata on loan from Villarreal, the former Udinese player, actually sent off on his Milan debut against his old club. He's come on for the final 20 minutes of action. Caceres. Pogba. Still played less than 20 senior games in his career, Paul Pogba. Yepes with the header away. Pirlo's ball over the top. El Shaarawy almost playing as an extra left back at the moment. Boateng deposited on the deck by Vidal. Referee acknowledges the foul. The play goes on. De Sciglio.
Looks to me at the moment as though they're going to play without a wing back. They've got.
Here's El Shaarawy. Pizzini waiting in the middle. Put behind by Bonucci for a corner.
There was the opportunity. El Shaarawy getting away. Tried to find Pizzini in the box. It's the tackle by Nocerino that wins it back. Down to win the player that loses out.
Referee just indicating he's keeping an eye on Pogba, who was manhandling Pizzini. El Shaarawy's delivery, Pogba flicking it on dangerously at the near post.
Well, he had to, because Yepes looked as though he was going to win that battle in the penalty area there. He's just running on Bonucci, gets a run on Bonucci. Oof, had it not got the flick on, there he was.
Vidal with a vital interception. Boateng manages to get it across for Nocerino. Marchisio fouled by Kevin Prince Boateng. Another free kick to Juve.
quite sure of the change, really. It looks as though Caceres is just going to play as a normal left-back, but Barzali's so wide out on the right-hand side, you'd still think that they were playing with a three. Padawin is high up on the right-hand side, but Caceres has now gone back, so they're not playing with any width on the side. Can't really understand that change, and now he's going to try and get forward, Caceres.
Pirlo. Quite enough air underneath the ball as he looked for Paul Pogba. "15 minutes to go. It would be only Juve's second defeat in 53 league games. Perhaps more significantly, it would be their second in 4. Caceres. Giovinco offside.
He shouldn't really be offside there. He's the wrong side of the centre half. Zapata.
Vidal closed down quickly by Boateng, who's really put a shift in. Pirlo. Pogba. Padawin. Really bright start when he came on, but he's faded in the last 10 minutes. His distribution hasn't been what it was to start with. This is Claudio Marchisio.
Great block from De Jong and Montolivo. Really good defending from those two midfield players that have certainly given a lot of protection for Mexes and Yepes.
It's a Milan ball.
Despite having a lot of possession in this second half and territorial advantage, still really haven't seen that many opportunities created for Juventus. Giovinco with the bicycle kick was probably the best. Barzali, if he'd have played a better pass. Melia hasn't really made an outstanding save.
It'll certainly buy some time for Massimiliano Allegri if they can win this game. Departures in the summer from Milan race more than £55 million. The players who'd left had between them played nearly 2,000 games for the club. As rebuilding programmes go, this is an extensive one. People wonder why they're 13th. Zapata's clearance. Nevertheless, you could argue that no Milan side should be losing 4 home games in the first 3 months of the season. They only lost twice at home in each of the last 4 years. It could get better for them. They need the safety blanket of a second goal, you feel. Not Chirino. Montolivo. El Shaarawy. Boateng. Montolivo very readily going to ground.
There's a little tap of the heels. Montolivo. Boateng has got the crowd against him at the moment for some of his decision making, but Montolivo, I think quite rightly, has been excellent so far in this game.
In from Montolivo, away by Pogba. The shot comes back into the fray, and as it hits De Jong, he's offside.
Ten minutes. Can Juventus get themselves back into this game? Are Milan going to defend as well as they have done in the other period of the match? They've been excellent at the back. I think the fullbacks have done a decent job. There hasn't quite been that quality about Juventus playing the top third of the field that we're used to seeing.
A defensive-minded change is imminent. Matthew Flamini, who missed nearly all of last season through injuries, only played 3 games this season, but he'll be on in a moment.
I imagine it'd be for Boateng.
Pacini. Montolivo. Good run forward by Nocerino. And understandably, in the situation, Milan not gambling with too many players going inside the final third. Given away by Caceres. One back by Vidal.
2 central midfield players are out the game, De Jong and Montolivo.
And then Vidal with a very errant pass. Oh, the danger that Juve put Milan under was very quickly abated. Great play by Costa. Now Montolivo. And De Sciglio wins the corner.
Well, he made the run for it. He's the out ball for them because there isn't a left wing back up against him now, so when they do get possession, Milan, De Sciglio can come forward. He can buy his team a little bit of time on this right-hand side. Tracksuit goes back on.
Deep corner! And the header straight at Buffon.
He's been majestic in the air, Yepes, at both ends of the field. I think decent contact with it, but I don't think he got it fully on the forehead.
Now Marchisio. Vucinic. Giovinco. He's put it back for Vucinic. Excellent save. Juve getting closer. Now Pacini has won the free kick from Bonucci. What a save this was.
Constant, the player, just gets back in the danger area. He's the left back, he starts to get into a central position, and there he is. I think that's beaten the goalkeeper, Amelia. Side-footed it, Vucinic into that far corner. Good play from the left back.
Kevin Prince Boateng hasn't been able to end his 19-game goal drought, but he leaves the field on the winning side. Matthew Flamini, once of Arsenal, replaces the former Portsmouth man. He was dead on his feet.
He was. That's why he's making a couple of poor decisions later on in the game. Actually went down on his hands and knees a couple of times, so shattered after closing the ball down or making a forward run. Milan have worked so hard. Yes, they've been outplayed in certain areas of the pitch. They haven't had much possession in this second half. But they've worked so hard as a team to stop Juventus scoring.
Pirlo to Pogba. It was about this stage last season that Juve scored an equalising goal. In from Vucinic, beaten away by Amelia for a corner.
Yeah, it's a decent save, Vucinic. Striking through the back of the ball, it just bounces in front of him. He does well just to push it round the post, get it away from the danger.
In from Pirlo. Amelia again beats it away. Now Sharawi beat Giovinco to the seconds. Back from Marchisio. Caceres. Pogba. Pull back towards Vucinic. Flamini was in there first. Caceres and Yepes tangle, the ball had gone. Now De Jong. Now foul by Marquisio, and he will get a yellow card.
He thought he could intercept the ball there. And had he intercepted it, it'd have been away, because De Chilio had made his mind up to let the ball run across his body and take it forward. There'd have been space in behind the fullback.
Third yellow of the season for Claudio Marquisio. It's Flamini. Well wide.
Could he have carried on? He did well to win the knockdown. That's what he did so well at Arsenal. Winning knockdowns in midfield, breaking forward. Could have taken another touch and driven into the box. Just a bit anxious, the sub. So Marquisio's gone a little bit higher up the field. He's playing the Boateng role, and Flamini has dropped in next to De Jong. Well, I was critical of this player before the game. He's been excellent, particularly when defending balls into the box. Maybe he might have to wait, Marco van Basten.
He'll be happy. He's a former Milan player. He will want him to win. Pogba's ball in. Marquisio. Deflection gives Juve another corner.
Well, that was a worrying moment for the fullback, the young fullback, De Chilio. Had plenty of time, he wasn't quite sure what to do. Headed it back into a dangerous area.
Pirlo's ball in. Comfortably claimed by Amelia.
Why he didn't do that the previous time when he tried to punch. Went back across the pitch.
As you can see, the referee has stopped the clock here. Vucinic and Yepes in controversial and vehement discussion about the severity of the injury. It's Constant get bundled into the post.
I'm not sure he does. Serie goes on to the back of him.
Well, both sides have made all their changes. And he's going to have to try and see it through. He's going to be all right. Milan are nearly there. In the 89th minute. There's going to be some time added on, but they're nearly there.
What a result this will be for Milan. Seemingly no chance before the game. Juventus having a brilliant win against Chelsea, just confirming what a good side they are.
It's De Chilio. Padoin. Juve, as you can see, with the majority of possession, about 55%. Good ball forward. Giovinco offside. Juve fans appealing for a penalty. Whistle had gone. The flag was up before the ball got to Giovinco. Now it's a free kick to Milan.
I think it's a poor run from Giovinco. Already been caught offside doing exactly the same thing. Yes, I think Milan just step up. Yepes, you see, just step up on him. He's got to see that run. He's got to try and get himself back on side to bend his run there.
Pogba. Into stoppage time. 4 minutes will be added on. Pazzini unable to get the ball to stick. Bonucci was hoping to invite the foul challenge, and then he's given a free kick away himself. Constant. Barzagli. Pirlo. Vidal. Can Juventus create one last decent opportunity? Vucinic. Marchisio. Vidal. Pogba. Padoin. They're getting forward quickly. As it comes in towards Sebastian Giovinco again, it's just hit him, couldn't do anything constructive with it, and another half chance comes to nothing.
He hasn't been able to affect the game since he's been on. Giovinco, haven't seen any of those little darting runs. He's been caught offside a couple of times, just hasn't really got involved. Brilliant from Montolivo again. He deserves to be on the winning side. For all their troubles in the early part of the season, he's been the one outstanding player. I'm sure he wants to take it short here. Not going to put any players in the box. Win a free kick in another corner. One last chance. Can they get the ball forward into a dangerous area? Juventus, can they win the ball in the box when it comes in there?
Padoin's continued his run forward. This is Barzagli. Trying to get the better of Constant. He's done it. Paul Pogba chases. Flamini clears. Back it comes from Vidal. All Giovinco tried to do was stop it going out of play for a goal kick, and he's failed.
Well, Constant saved the day a little bit earlier on, didn't he? And Vucinic had that shot that seemed destined to the far corner. And Yepes, as is often the case, getting involved. And still getting involved. He's played well, just stay out of trouble now.
Catania away will be the game that he misses. Giovinco booked as well. 4th yellow card of the season for him. Four minutes are up. Juventus went unbeaten in 49 league games. Now they've lost to Milanese opposition twice.